Right, so the boys were at Lava and they got these new arrows, these bow and arrows. Okay, go on. Woo! They're going at it. And then I'm here with my mom and my dad. You want to say hi, Mom and Dad? No? But these guys are having fun. We just went down to the gift shop. Okay, go on. Shoot it. I want to see it. Whoa! Try to hit that hole up there. That one. Okay, wait until you get... Okay, go at it. Okay, go, Shiloh.
I have to put mine in. I know.
Just go. It's recording. So, those guys are having fun. Last night, I stayed up till like, it was close to 7 because I had to switch rooms. Because there was a mouse in there. If you guys saw on my Snapchat, you'd see it moving. Hi, Shiloh. And so my parents stayed at a different hotel because, well, I wasn't originally like really invited. I kind of just invited myself along because they invited my kids. And I'm like, well, I want to go too because Lava's like one of my safe places. I love it. And I know ironic, right, from what happened here, but I love it here, and we love all the people here. And so I stayed at a different hotel, and it's weird because they allow animals, but they don't allow kids there. So they're staying at this nice hotel, and I'm staying over there at the nice. And I love that hotel because it just reminds me of my grandma. The floors creak. My grandma used to live in this old house, and it used to have this attic too it smelled musky.
I hit the top of the door.
Yeah, and I loved it there, except for they had this tub there. My grandma had this tub that had feet on it, like dog feet, and I remember being so terrified of that tub. Like, and I think I got over it slowly. I'm not sure. Dad, did I ever get over it? The fear? I didn't?
Yes!
Did I just not get in it? How would you get me bathed there?
In the sink.
They would put me in the sink. So, until what age, though? What age? But my grandma, my grandma died, sorry, it zoomed in. My grandma died when I was 10? What? No, not that grandma. Meme, the one that you didn't meet. What age did Meme die?
Grandma no, not
grandma. 10 or 11. And she lived in Pennsylvania. But her house was so amazing. I loved it because she used to have these seashells, and in that hotel over there they have like a glass seashell thing too. I love it over there. But she lived in Pennsylvania.
Just like Grandpa's old house. Yes, great grandpa.
Gee?
No.
Is that little? Oh, I know that. They're watching MASH. I used to watch that all the time. And Jag. I used to watch Jag, MASH, Lucy, and Bonanza. I think it's called Bonanza. Is that Bonanza? I used to watch that a lot. But this is the vlog for today. We're just having fun. Ben's going to be coming up later. So, it's fun to do these vlogs because then I can look back and it's family home videos basically, so in memories. But the boys went to the mineral pools today, and it just is really cold.
Like, it was warm in the mineral pools because we went into hot tubs.
You went into hot tubs?
Yep.
Or just the hot pools?
Hot pools and jacuzzi. I went to a jacuzzi. That one was a bad shot.
Did it break?
No.
It sounded like it broke. Anyways, well, I will talk to you guys. No one's staying next door to you, are they?
Yes.
Boys, maybe you should not do that anymore, because that did make a loud noise.
Mine did.
Yeah, let's focus.
No, this is my last. I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
This is my last one.
I'm gonna go get my Aura Red again and see if my health has changed and see what they can do. Our good friends do the Curlin photography here. They're like 80 years old and they've been married for like, I swear, like 70 years, no joke. They're going up. They're really good people, and they like to do this. And he's a retired doctor, and she did she's known because in her patriarchal blessing it says that she is able to just really connect with people, and so she took that from the church and she's been doing the Curlin photography, and they both do it, and it's just amazing what they do, and pinpointing where there's blockages in your body that need releasing, and I know that I have some.
You can stick them
So
stick them on the wall.
anyways, they usually charge like $400 for it, and they've given it for me for $60 just because they're like grandma and grandpa to me. So I'll talk to you guys later. This is the vlog for today. Mom, Dad, do you want to say goodbye? Boy, say bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, because you have interest in past life, that kind of thing, is focus on bringing forward whatever's in your highest good. I never know what's going to come out.
I trust you.
Sometimes I'll get a lot of past life information. Sometimes it'll just bits and pieces, and it really comes down to what it is you need to hear, what you need to know right now. Maybe you're not ready to hear it right now for whatever reason, or it's not in your way right now. Or maybe it is, but you're not ready to hear it. So we're just going to kind of do a soul imprint reading. The way this works is I tune into your soul matrix. I'm going to draw a map. So I'm going to get really quiet on you for a little bit here. And as soon as I get the map out, then we'll talk about what's going on. The map's based on the chakra system. Are you familiar with that at all? Okay, perfect. That helps, right? People know what I'm talking about. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So your root chakra. This is where you feel safe, security, survival, tribal connections, right? Color is normally red. This is dark brown.
Sucks.
Yeah. This is kind of maroon that's coming up here. So it's healthier energy. Okay. They're like wings. So it's like you're flying away, having a hard time staying grounded. So you prefer to live up here in the higher energies. This isn't fun for you, and it's really hard for you. So my suggestion would be to, even though it's really hard, to actually try and ground on like a regular, frequent basis, like every day. First thing in the morning, you need to ground. Do you have any kind of grounding practice or anything that you do?
I do crystal healing.
Okay. Yeah. So ground first thing in the morning, because you're moving this direction too fast, too hard. Actually, you're not really coming down here at all. And so it's actually blocking you from receiving clear information. Because without that solid grounding and that feeling safe and secure, you can't pull in the information real easily. Does that make sense? Okay. Maybe it's time that you need to go to school and learn. Maybe that was the message. What do you want to do? A homemaker is really amazing, so that's really...
It's not my thing, to be
Yeah.
honest. I love it, but
Yeah.
I yearn to learn.
Okay.
And so I've been buying podcasts and all this other stuff and learning on my own.
Okay. Can you do a school online?
I've been doing the Crystal Energy School online, so
That's cool. Who are you doing that through?
Love and Light and Hibiscus.
Hibiscus is cool. Love and Light, I don't know what, but Hibiscus is really cool. So, yeah, that's awesome. It feels like there's something there that it's time to go and get going and learn and do. And it's related to a change in focus and career in your day-to-day experience. So, do you have kids? Yeah. Okay. Is it possible to work around that at all? Okay. There's a lack of focus or purpose. What came through was, what is the purpose? What is your purpose?
I've wondered that for a long time.
Okay. So, what is it? No clue. No, it's over. Part of that I think will come through to you as you kind of focus and ground, right? There's this open void here. There's a disconnect from the other chakras. So that's telling me that there's like this like solid, like I'm not gonna play kind of thing going on there. You need trees. That came through loud and clear. Big connection to nature. There is a connection to nature, but it's been disconnected. Okay, so in order for you to feel safe and secure, be able to pull in more information, which is what you're wanting to do, you kind of need to connect to that natural energy. Even if that's just going outside and in your backyard and hugging a tree for 5 minutes, you know. Okay, so your sacral energy was very protective, related to sexuality. There was this message that came through, afraid to look too sexy or pretty, which is interesting because you really do present a very feminine energy. So it's this weird back and forth kind of thing. How does that feel to you?
I always try every night. I put on makeup every night before bed because I try to look pretty. So I think it's the opposite, but I can see that because when I am that type of person who just posts pictures, just call myself, and people don't like it. So I'm afraid to post who I am, and
Okay.
not like porn, but
No.
I like to express my body the way it is. And
Right. Well, there's just a sense that and that was the message that came through. So you can take it or leave it. Could be related to this other message that came through trauma at 7 years old, holding on to fear. Not able to let that go. So it's a sense of having to protect yourself. There's a conflict with mom. Huge. I saw like her dressing you and you didn't like it, and it created this huge conflict as a child, not so much as an adult, right? Mm-hmm. But as a child, and it created this constant thing, feeling like you have to always dress perfect and be perfect in order to fit that mold for her, right? Which really sucks because you're just perfect the way you are. So you shouldn't have to like dress or do anything to make that work. So how's that going for you? Have you guys resolved anything at all, or are you still having major conflict?
no, she likes things. I need to take pride in myself. My kids need to take pride in themselves. I need to dress matching. She's here with me, and she's just so negative about everything. Everything that I do, including my dress, what I look like.
Okay.
There's always something wrong. She's a gem.
She has a hard time understanding you. And I'm hoping that will help you understand it, because you're so different from who she is that she has a hard time understanding and grasping that. You are pushing her to grow and pushing her to learn a little bit more about who she is, so try and see that positively. This conflict is really causing some serious problems with you being able to figure out what that passion or that purpose is. As the void kept coming up, there's this void and energy that you're just not feeling the full passion and joy that you could experience in life if you allowed yourself to. So there's huge blocks there, right? And that's probably coming from this. I'm assuming you've had. This is your solar plexus. This is directly connected to your sacral energy. There's a lot of frustration. I go so far as to say anger here. Your sacral blocks are moving into the solar plexus. The energy that's coming through is very scattered, very anxious. worrying how others see you, afraid to be judged or afraid to be yourself. This is very dark. The trauma coming through, heavy and angry. That was the energy of it, right? Trouble moving forward. It's keeping you from taking action. Procrastination may be a big problem for you because you have a sense of overwhelm. You just get overwhelmed by things and have a hard time taking action. It's kind of a spin, a sit and spin kind of feeling, or dizziness. There's stomach issues maybe, leg and lower back, hip. That seems to be kind of, I don't know, coming through as areas of pain for you. This pain is connected to your inability to make decisions. And you have a hard time making decisions because of the over anxious, the stuff. So maybe that's where that's coming from. Okay, so there's a lot of chaos coming up through here in the heart. Mixed energies, definitely. You have a very big open heart, while at the same time you have a hard time trusting other people, as well as trusting yourself. It's like this flip side. So on one side of the coin, you can't trust other people or yourself, but on the other side of the coin, you're extremely trusting. You trust too much. Very childlike, very naive or innocent, so to speak. And you would just kind of have that extra trusting nature. Isn't a bad thing. It's just that it's because it's doing both.
Bipolar.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Because it's doing both, it's mixing things up and it's creating a lot of chaos. Very noble energy. Knight came through. Knight in shining armor, like to rescue people. Help others too much, it splits your energy, and again there's this disconnect. So just feeling not connected to self, not 100%. This is a dagger in the heart. That's what it feels like. This is old pain, fear of abandonment. This could be past life. I would almost say definitely. Could also be this lifetime that's been karmically pulled through. But have you had people, there's a lot of loss, a lot of grief,
Yes.
specific with males?
Yes. That's this life, yes.
Yeah, okay. 17 was the age that came through for trauma there that hit, that caused, and down here it was 9, so 7, 9, 17.
My whole life has been trauma, but at 17 it's when I was torn between two men, and I actually felt love.
Gotcha.
It sounds dumb because it doesn't sound like trauma, but
It was traumatic, yeah.
I couldn't choose.
It makes sense. It's still kind of holding on there, like you're still having old energy there, and you're afraid that somebody's going to walk away from you.
Well, they're already gone, both of them are. I'm remarried. Well, married, not re.
Right?
I'm married now.
Okay. Is there still a fear that did you have an issue with your dad?
Yep.
Did he leave?
Sorry. No, I didn't want to say it on.
I know.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, you
Can
you're
I
okay.
touch you?
I'm all sweaty.
Hold your
sorry.
hand.
Yeah, it's all good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
That's messy. Have you told anybody? Yeah. Let's see what else we've got here. You say what's on the surface, but you tend not to say what's deep. Tend to hold that in. You have a fear of having your voice be heard, letting that out. Trouble speaking came through. So you have big opinions and you speak, but it's not deep. It's not truth. Always. I'm not saying you never do it. I'm just saying always that that's your tendency, is to kind of keep it light and fluffy, or try to, right? Just take it or leave it, honestly. Okay. You're an empath, a true empath. You feel other people's feelings and you're way overwhelmed by it. So are you. Very tired from this. You're very overwhelmed by that. Draining energy. Instead of restoring your energy, your energy's draining. And it's because it's done in a ungrounded way. Right? So you ground first and then you can tune in here and you can pull stuff in. Okay? You're having trouble seeing. You probably have great intuition, but you're having trouble pulling that through. I got shapeshifter energy, which just means that you're kind of a chameleon. You can move from one field to another, or one plane to another. Originally I got a panther, but that's when the shapeshifter came through and changed it to a tiger. So kind of got both of those energies sitting there. Owl came through really strong. Do you have a male in your life that is suicidal right now?
A male?
No. Okay.
Why?
Anybody who commits suicide?
Yes.
How
I
long?
found my friend dead a while ago when I was 13. He hung himself.
He's your guide. He's hanging out with you.
Go away. Sorry.
Now everyone get it. So I would suggest you write a letter to anybody that you're pissed off at, including yourself. And then have a burning ceremony, a great big bonfire, and just light it up with some atmosphere. This was very apologetic energy when it came through. He felt really bad. It was the energy of it. Really, really to let you know that he's sorry. Okay? Okay.
I'm Egyptian, okay, and I just feel a strong connection, but I can't connect to it. Like, I know it's there. I know, it feels like I lived,
Yeah.
I myself can't do myself.
Right.
And I just want to know if you sense it or what, you get a past life with me.
Okay.
Because it's very strong. It's like there's another person in my body, you know?
Okay.
I swear I'm not schizo.
I know you're not. Take that. Yeah. Your past life energies, my opinion, they never really leave us. They always stick with us. We can always access the memories or the information, the talents, the abilities. It's just that most people have a negative connection to it because they see it as holding them back instead of allowing them to move forward. So when I do past life work, I try to help people move into a space where they can move from that negative into that more positive space so that they're using their talents and their abilities that they already know how to do. It's already within you. I think a lot of the reason you're having a hard time seeing it for yourself, well, number one, it's hard to see for ourselves. Number two, is because you got so much blockage. so it's not coming through clearly. You're probably getting dreams, but they're not coming through, so I just...
Oh my god. Sorry.
I want to make sure that we get all this out that we need to right now. Okay, so angels, you drew this card as a sign from your guardian angels who have been with you throughout your soul history. In between each lifetime, your angels work with you to review the lessons you've just learned. They also help you to prepare and plan for your next lifetime. You may have functioned as an angel during your time in heaven. You helped guide and heal your loved ones just like your angels do for you. As a result, you hold a deep love for guardian angels. Your guardian angels know all of the details of every lifetime, and they can help you gently recall significant memories that will allow you to heal in your present life. Call upon your angels as you're falling asleep to reveal relevant memories while you're sleeping. When you wake up, you may not recall all of the details of your dream. However, once you're prepared to consciously remember that your past, the material will be given to you. You'll only remember what you're emotionally able to handle. In addition, Archangels Michael, the angel of courage, strength, and protection, Raphael, the angel of physical and emotional healing, and Raziel, the angel of God's secrets and mysteries, will help anyone who calls upon them. Like all archangels, they're unlimited and non-denominational, and they can be everywhere simultaneously, offer unconditional loving power. So this is an answer to how you can access the information yourself. Okay?
So through dreams.
Through dreams, yeah. And a lot of times after a session like this, people will have vivid dreams. So you want to make sure if you do have any dreams or information comes through that you do just try to drop down as much as you can. Even if it's just a feeling or a color or word, numbers. Okay? Card signifies a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate vestiges of the past and pull them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture, yeah, we already know, right? We don't need to read any more of that. How do you feel about traveling to Egypt? Are you attracted to the idea?
Oh yeah, but I can't. It's just so many terrorists and stuff.
No, I know. I'm just consciously looking if there was a trauma there, or if it was more of like as if you were afraid of going. And it's not so much that you're afraid of it; it's that you're being realistic, right?
I want to.
Father. This card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. Any issues you've had with your father likely began long ago. Look at the cards that you drew prior and after this card, as they will yield clues about previous lives that you two shared. He may not have been your father in those lives, could have been a different kind of incarnation. To break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger or unforgiveness. And this can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. Just your willingness to clear the toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing process. Remember that forgiveness does not mean that you approve of the person's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to carry around the anger energy. By releasing the past, you subsequently heal your present and future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul, unless you choose to. You retain only the lessons, growth, and love you shared. As an added benefit, the healing will work that you do with your father helps all the relationships you have with him. So you said you were adopted. Were you adopted as an infant or were you adopted later?
Method.
Okay. I think that's the abandonment piece, part of that that's coming through. We feel that even in an adoption situation. So that very well could be where that's coming from. So you have to try this one. Persecution and inquisition. You do this card as a validation of your suspicions. You were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of the ensuing persecution. And the fear is carried forward into this life, into the past. Your character and behaviors were examined publicly, and you were blamed for crop failures, deaths that you had nothing to do with. Your neighbors and the government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. In reality, you were a good-hearted person, as you remain this day, who had the ability to see into the future and how to use the energy for healing purposes. That lifetime has made you very sensitive to gossip and rumors. If someone falsely accuses you now, you become fearful and upset because that's the behavior that led you to painful death in previous lives. You may also be afraid to openly admit that you're still a talented healer and psychic. Unconsciously, you're keeping your spiritual skills a secret to avoid recreating the pain of the past. To heal from this, know that in this current lifetime, spiritual teachers and healers are revered instead of feared. You agreed to incarnate at this time because your hard-won knowledge from previous lifetimes is needed in this world, and the fact that you're back on Earth shows that no one can harm you permanently or prevent you from pursuing your spiritual path. Okay, so this one is really important because you're blocking a lot of your abilities. I think a lot of that's coming from the trauma, but some of that is coming from, a lot of that is coming from this past life experience. And you didn't just do it once, you did it multiple times. I'm getting 4 times that you were in that kind of an experience. Okay? The art. He's raped you before, in this lifetime, and 3 times. You guys have serious connections right there. So it will continue because it's so deep and so there's such a magnetic pull back. I think it feels like this was, there was a level of either you were above him or he was above you. I can't quite tell which. But like a slave energy in there that he didn't want to be slave anymore. I think it was the other way around. You were like the lady of the house and he was a slave kind of energy, and he just decided he was going to take what he wanted. This is significant because it keeps wrapping through. You have knowledge and ability. I think you did Egypt more than once. I think you came back a couple times. And you did Egypt more than once. You have knowledge and ability that you can tune into. I'm hearing Ishtar and Isis. So check out that energy. Do some research there. There's a connection to, I'm seeing going into the temple, going into like preparing for ritual kind of thing. So you might have been like a high priestess or something, because that's kind of the energy of it. It's very, like, you know what to do, you just, like, as far as, like, how to tune in, how to pull things forward. Very skilled with the natural elements, so the crystals make sense, but oils was a big one too, so you might look into aromatherapy. It would probably be helpful in healing with this too. And one of these lifetimes he was jealous. He has a very jealous, petty, selfish energy about him, and he continues to carry that forward on a regular basis. Let's see, cat eyes. The Black Panther energy, but it's a black cat. It's not like a large panther. It's like a house cat.
I have a black cat home.
Very important that you remain connected to that energy that's going to pull this through for you. I'm seeing cottage, I'm seeing moving around the cottage and gardening and taking care of animals and birthing a child. The child died and you were persecuted because they believed that because the child had some kind of a birthmark, so they believed that you had done something to kill the child. That was one of the lifetimes. So there may be a negative connection or fear with your own children underneath things. This one is very present inside of you. So when you say you feel like you got something hanging out with you, is very present inside of you. You're very much trying to bring that energy forward. I think it's because this is the root of healing for all of like you know how to heal, you know what to do. You just haven't been able to remember. So they're telling me that you should calm down, take a nice relaxing bath, go back to the sea is what I'm hearing. Go back to the sea, go back to the sea. And that will help you reconnect to the to that energy so that you can bring that forward. Yeah, I'm seeing him chasing you. He was very jealous here. At one point he was a woman.
He was?
In one of your lifetimes at least. Yeah, I was very jealous of you.
So I've done pretty good in the past lives.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just a lot, right? Your purpose is connected to this magic.
So doing the healing.
Uh-huh.
I told that to my parents and they said it's a bunch of hocus pocus.
You know what? You're really good at it. You've done it at least 4 lifetimes. Probably every lifetime, but it's very much, in one way or another. The arts can also be hocus pocus. I mean, you can also, this can be healing arts. Yeah, or whatever, rocks your world. Movement, dance, I would try getting into some of that energy and see if you can tune into it. Like I said, I'm happy to help as we move forward if you'd like to try and as you move forward, but they're telling me that it's not going to help if I give you all the answers right now.
I have to figure it out.
Yeah. Partly because you have High Priestess energy, it just wouldn't work. Those of us that have that, we just have to kind of beat our head against the wall for a minute. We can give you some little windows, like this is where this is coming from. If that feels true to you, go for it. But I'm pretty sure he's traveled around with you. And your mom, she was in several of these lifetimes with you too. You guys have kind of always And there's not always been good energy there either. So I don't know what the deal is there, but there's a lesson in that. If you can find the lesson, then you can help release it, you know. Doreen Virtue does an amazing karmic, you can probably get on MP3 or something like that, download it. What's it called? It's like a karmic release. And it's like a hypnotherapy. It's like a guided meditation where she takes you through so you can witness some of this and release some of it.
Awesome.
So that would be something I'd really recommend for you because I think that would help a lot.
Thank you.
That help? I hope.
Thank you. Thank you for your
More confirmation, right? I guess.
That was amazing. Thank you. Oh, my husband is going to be happy to see this, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.